We just bought a jungle house. It was abandoned for 15 years. They were about to tear it down. We saved it. We're gonna remodel this home and take you along for the entire journey.
Hi, I'm Maylee Nelson, real estate agent and real estate investor.
And I'm Mitch Nelson. I'm a real estate investor and a best-selling author.
We met and fell in love through our shared passion of turning old rundown homes into something beautiful.
Together we have over a decade of experience in real estate investing. We've flipped dozens of homes and we've amassed a multi-million-dollar rental portfolio that spans the country.
We started real estate investing to create generational wealth for our families and for our children's families.
Real estate investing has been an incredible journey for us, and we're excited to take you along for the ride. Well, this house is gonna be an interesting one. We found it literally 3 days before the owner was gonna knock it down.
Yeah, it's a crazy story. So a good friend of ours, fellow real estate agent, got this deal as a pocket listing, which means it actually hasn't been listed yet, my favorite. And we went to this house to take a look at it because originally he got it to list it as a vacant lot.
There were vines growing into the house, plants growing on the inside and the outside. The water had been left on after it had been abandoned, and at some point during that 15-year break, the water lines froze and the pipes burst and leaked into the kitchen for days, weeks, who knows. But by the time we found it, the kitchen floor had completely rotted away, and it was like walking on a sponge. So it is going to take a lot of work.
We really want to do a great job with this house, however, because the person who grew up in this home, no one really wants to have their childhood home knocked down. I mean, nobody does. So we got to do a really good job to, one, show him like, hey, look what we did, we saved your house, you know. And the architecture of this house is incredible. We have to genuinely give it back what it had so it can live on its glorious years.
Now, we call this the jungle flip, not because it's in a jungle. It's actually in one of the most densely populated parts of Utah. This house is in the middle of Ogden City. We call this the jungle flip because the yard is overgrown. And we made a decision, we're gonna leave the yard that way. We're gonna leave it kind of as a foresty, jungly kind of feel. We think that the landscaping is gonna be actually an appeal to the house and kind of be a little oasis in a big city.
We've already started work on this project, but before we go take a look at it, why don't you go over the numbers?
You got it, let's do it. All right, let's talk numbers on this awesome jungle flip. This is a 3-bed, 2-bath house. This project will be a simple cosmetic flip with a few added semi-structural enhancements. Our plan is to replace the carpet and paint, doors, basin case, and redo the kitchen and existing bedrooms. We purchased this property for $190,000, which is basically the cost of an empty lot in this area. We got that deal because the house was 3 days from being torn down when we bought it. As you can imagine, this house needs a lot of work. Our remodel budget is $200,000 on this project, and once it's all done, we plan to list it for $560,000. We're planning to go back and check out some of the initial work that's been done on the project to make sure everything is headed in the right direction. We'll be including you in every step of this project and sharing a little bit of knowledge along the way. So we'll see you there.
All right, we are at Ridgedale. Honestly, this is gonna probably be one of my, I always say that, one of your favorite ones.
They're all your favorite flips.
But this is so unique. So we've never done a project like this. It's just a very unique design.
Right.
And, we've done obviously old rehabs, restored the homes.
Yeah.
We've torn them down to the studs before. So this home is definitely more of a 60s, 70s feel, and we're going to turn it into a 21st century type feel. So very excited to, give it a nice facelift. Cool. Okay, so we're going to take a step inside. We are
probably quarter on this one too.
Quarter of the way on this one. Gut has already happened, so that's good. The subfloor, we'll talk all the way through it. Come on inside, let's take a gander here.
The house was going to get demoed before, and it was sitting for 12 years. Vacant with nobody doing anything to the place at all.
Yeah.
You know? So sometime in that 12 years, we don't know when, the water was still on, but the pipes froze and they actually just busted themselves, and this whole subfloor here was just saturated with water.
That was sketch, like
Yeah.
super sketch.
Well, it was to the
walk
point
on.
where you felt like you were going to fall through this floor. You know, it was
Yeah.
that bad.
Yeah.
So now we replaced the subfloor, so now it's nice and sturdy.
Yeah, look at this. Hey, subfloor. Look,
There you
look,
go.
look.
Yep, the best. The subfloor is the best.
We're not gonna die anymore.
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that's
that's
good.
always a bonus.
Some of the other videos you've seen or some of the other flips that we've done, right, are at the low end type.
Right, low end
remodel.
or middle. Yeah.
This is a high end.
flip.
Yeah, this is a high end flip, which means we're gonna put all the bells and whistles
Right,
into
exactly. Yeah. We'll
So
do the
high-end
nice trims,
finishing.
Yep, and we'll do the black. We'll do the black and gold like you like.
it. Yay! Yes,
So-
black and gold definitely gives it that rich vibe, right?
Right, exactly.
And feel definitely going to spend a lot more money on a kitchen than we will on a smaller,
Right, yeah,
low end
but
property.
more on the countertops.
Cool.
So
We're keeping this
yes,
beautiful
we're keeping
wood.
This wood, this cedar. Yeah, we're gonna keep that.
Okay, we're keeping the cedar
Keeping
up
the
top.
cedars on the top. Yep.
Are we painting the?
Well, that boss lady said that she wanted these beams painted.
I sure did. Okay, good. I just verifying.
Yeah,
So we're gonna
so-
match those beams with the trim of the windows, correct?
Yeah, yeah. Well, yes, yes, and no, yes.
Okay, good. That's funky, but I think we just gotta leave it.
Yeah, yeah.
It is weird though.
We'll
I
just,
don't.
Yeah, we'll just paint
No.
it out. We'll just paint it with the. We'll do the walls. We're gonna do the repose gray probably in here,
Yeah.
and we'll just do those. Probably do that trim in white or something. I don't know. We'll decide.
Just to kind of.
Yeah, just to kind of make it.
Make
good.
it
I
blend
might
in.
actually just do it in the same wall color, so it's not even a thing. You know, I could probably actually thinking about talking here. I might
Pull it
just
off?
pull the trim off and just finish it in with sheetrock so that it doesn't have a trim on it at all.
I think that might be wise. It's just funky. I don't.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like it doesn't. It's 260s, 270s.
Well, what year was the house born?
60s.
Well,
So yeah, it's just got that vibe that feels
Right.
not, yeah, we gotta bring
Up to
give
date.
it 21st century lens,
Gotcha.
right?
Yeah.
All right, definitely tip number 1 is master bedroom, right? So
Right.
we gotta have a master bedroom. You were able to give us a very sexy master bedroom here. Look how grand this room is first off.
It's
With this
very grand.
beautiful wood that we
So
are
tall I
keeping.
can't even reach the ceiling.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about the floor here because truthfully, in bedrooms, our rule of thumb is to bring in carpet because it makes it cozier, it's warm, right?
Right.
Sound, right? It just kind of helps.
Right.
But I don't think we can in this room. I'm a little worried about that because realistically, I'm going outside, I'm coming back in.
Right.
I do not want carpet in here, right? As just a homeowner. So what's an option here?
Well, I was gonna, my original plan is to start at the front door
Okay, and just
and
kind
then
of
go
go all the way through.
all the way through, all the way into the closet.
Okay, that'll give it a nice height though.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that's.
and I'll probably just run the same laminate right into the bathroom.
Oh, perfect.
You know, so there's no transitions in all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then we can just, throw carpets down to keep
Oh,
it
rugs.
warm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
Right.
definitely spice it up with some amazing staging. That make no
Exactly.
mistake there.
Right.
That will happen.
Exactly. That bathroom, the master bathroom, used to have a soaker tub, and the shower was only like a 3 foot by 3 foot shower.
Oh,
So I think-
one of those insert
Right,
kind of funky
yeah.
effects.
So I think that's why they did this. They pulled the tub out so they could have a nice big shower here. So
sense.
we're taking this and going back. So I'm going to put a tub in here, so we got a full bath in here.
But realistically, like if it's a family that buys this, right? They need a place to be able to bathe their children. Like
Right,
they have to
exactly.
have a nice bathroom.
Need to have a tub somewhere in the house. You know?
Yeah.
I thought we'd just keep the walls because
No, we're
I'm
not.
just kidding.
Okay,
We're gonna
good.
cover over the walls. We just put some 1/4-inch sheetrock over it, and
Okay.
then we'll just finish it out.
So talk to me about this cute little space here. What was there?
Well, there was this built-in like chest. You know?
Okay.
I mean, they had.
Oh yeah.
They had a little top that opened up,
Yep.
so they just did a little built-in chest there. So,
Do we want to do like a built-in desk?
not really.
Okay.
Thinking we just leave it there, and then we can just
Stage it
stage it
essentially
some
with the
stuff.
desk.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they can kind of.
Right.
They can do whatever the heck they want
They
with
can
it.
do what they want. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much the same thing, I guess, since the other room was. All right, fine. No. Take it easy now. Take it easy.
I love this opening, so pretty. We do have to replace all these windows.
We have to
Because
replace all
we have to
these
replace
windows.
all these windows, are we going to do one big panel, or are we going to still
because I
do
want it
the...
to open, so I'm not going to do fixed. But they are going to be just a single sash.
And they have to open, right? Because it's a bedroom.
Right.
Okay. So,
Have to be able to get out.
yeah. Okay, well, that's a wrap as far as I'm concerned. Any little details you wanted to give us, tips and tricks?
Not really offhand. I think we've covered pretty much everything on this place.
Yeah, you did a fantastic job of a walkthrough. Give some really good tips, and you have a lot of work cut out for you.
Yeah,
so,
there's quite a bit to do on this.
good job, my friend.
Thanks.
All right, this project is pushing through. We're getting closer and closer to the finish line. Today, the roofers are taking off the old shingles and they're gonna install the new roof. We're prepping the outside of the house for paint. The kitchen's in, the flooring's in. It's so close.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited and happy with the progress that we're at so far. Just like any fix and flip, unfortunately, we come up against a lot of problems we have to solve. So I am praying for smooth sailing from here on out.
Yeah, it's true, especially since we're leaving in a couple of days to go on a 2-week vacation in Seattle, Washington. It's hard to leave these projects, but you know what? This is why we do what we do, so that we can go out and enjoy ourselves, right? The great philosopher Wiz Khalifa once said, work hard, play hard. Fixing and flipping homes has really become a pop culture dream in the last 10 to 15 years. With TV shows and YouTube channels like this one showcasing the fun and fantastic financial upside of being a real estate investor. However, in the context of entertainment, makers of this type of content, and I can speak from experience, are limited to factors such as demographics, what viewers actually want to see, how long each video or episode can be, etc. This forces us to cut some of the boring and generally uninteresting stuff that would kind of help illustrate some of the risks that we encounter along the way. And I know most intelligent people understand that there's an inherent risk in real estate investing, but no one really does a great job of explaining how to take the dream of real estate investing and execute it in a way that will actually bring your goals to fruition. Our public education system least of all. Public schools do a great job of teaching us how to be an employee, which is fantastic. We need strong, educated employees to keep the economy fortified. But most K-12 schools and a lot of colleges are weaker when it comes to learning the ins and outs of being an entrepreneur, and even weaker when it comes to things like investing. I have been asked by so many people over the years where they should start if they want to transition from their job to investing in real estate. And my answer is always the same. You have to start with mindset. Author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, has a fantastic illustration of how successful people think, simplified into what he calls the cash flow quadrant. This simply separates professionals into 4 groups: employees, self-employed, business owners, and investors. Kiyosaki then goes on to explain how each group differs in their views towards things like time, money, resources, etc., and how the decision-making process towards those things differs greatly because of their foundation of a different mindset. I talk about this in my 4 times Amazon #1 best-selling book, Mindset to Millionaire, using what I call currencies. Links in the description. The employee mindset individual uses 2 currencies. Number 1 is money, and number 2 is time. For the employee mindset person, money is more valuable than time. This is evident in the very nature and definition of employment. You have time, you need money. So go trade your time for money. We go get a job and we sell our hours for $15, $20, or $25 each. There's an inherent problem with this though. Time is a limited currency that we cannot get more of. We can't go get a refund either. No one can go to their boss, slap a $20 bill on his or her desk, and receive an hour of their life back. The wealthy mindset individual operates with 5 currencies. Those currencies are, in order of importance, time, knowledge, relationships, credit, and money. For the wealthy mindset person, time is the most valuable and money is the least valuable. You will never see a wealthy mindset individual trade their time for money directly. In fact, it's quite the opposite. The wealthier business owners, they are the ones that create the jobs, and they're shoveling the money over to the employee mindset saying, you guys take the money, we want the time. In order to run a successful fix and flip business, it's something that you have to do at scale. Too many people make the mistake of thinking, I'll save tons of money on this project by doing all the work myself. Again, that's placing the importance of money over the importance of your time. And people who think this way usually don't think of the negative ripple effect that a decision like that could have on their business. If you are doing all the work in a fix and flip and it takes you 4 months to finish the project, and you hypothetically make a profit of around $40,000 per fix and flip when you sell it, that would translate to about $120,000 a year in income. Not bad, but remember that your time is wrapped up in all these projects. It's your job. And because you only have 24 hours in a day, you can only do one at a time. There's no room for expansion. You're maxed out at $120,000 a year. Maylee and I like to do 9 to 12 of these projects at a time. We focus our time and efforts only on the things that we're really good at doing, like funding the deals and raising the money. Everything else we hire out, and we pair professionals very well to do what they do. That allows us to scale our business exponentially. While each project might cost us a little more, we're able to do many more projects at a time, which means a lot more profit entering our business. If you'd like to learn more about the mindset of the wealthy, I have great news for you. I have a whole class that I've recorded on this topic on our education channel. Check it out. We also do a weekly Zoom call for anyone and everyone that is interested in becoming a real estate investor or improving their current real estate investing business. That Zoom call is called Ask Mitch Anything, and it's live every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Links to the education channel, the mindset class, and our weekly Zoom call are in the description.
We did it. We finished the jungle house.
This has been an amazing adventure of a flip, and we're excited to show you and see for ourselves what this looks like as a finished product. Let's go. This light fixture.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
That's fun. Well, it just really ties in the mid-modern century
Yeah.
feel that we're going with, right? And I love that we were able to keep the shiplap, right? Like, that's so fun. What is
Yeah.
it? The cedar? What is this?
It's cedar plank.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's so pretty. And it just adds a really fun contrast to this home. I love that we went with the white and the darker gray as like the contrast colors. Oh, it's so pretty! I mean, no one would know this was trees coming out. I mean, right inside the home, trees were just growing in and out of
Yeah.
the entire house.
Vines were growing through the ceiling and the windows,
and
the
yeah.
doors.
Yeah. So, the jungle house is no longer a jungle house. You can see it from the road, right? Which you couldn't. Nobody even knew there was a house here.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't even know there was a house
Yeah,
here.
it's ridiculous. Well, let's give them a tour.
Let's do it. Wow, look at this. Look at this view.
Oh my gosh, this is so cool. I mean, this place really earns the name that we gave it, the Jungle House.
Absolutely.
This room just turned out amazing. I mean, geez, I wish this room was in our house.
Oh,
I would be in this room all the time, just hanging out, reading a book, looking out the window. I mean, you almost don't even need a TV in here.
Oh,
Just
I would.
put a chair towards the window and call it good.
Yeah, this is one
Wow.
of those spaces that you just feel sanctuary, you feel
Yeah.
peace, you feel, you disconnect from the entire world, right? Like you're in your own little sanctuary. I love it so much. Yes, this kitchen turned out
Oh my
absolutely
gosh.
gorgeous.
So
Love the
beautiful.
color scheme. So a couple things that we did for just an overall space, as a woman, as a cook, anybody that wants to spend time in a kitchen, there's just some musts, right? And this isn't a huge kitchen, so we really want to be able to give them something to go, wow, right? Where they're like, oh, I have to have this kitchen. Originally, we were going to do a double stove because we had that really weird space, remember, right here, where it was like off and we didn't know how to like tie things. It was down for the stairs and it was just really funky. So what do we do with funkiness? We gotta fix it, right? Usually that means just sheetrock over it. But instead we did sheetrock over it, but we did give it a nice countertop, so it's granite, which I love that. And we were able to turn it into a really functional, either like coffee espresso spot or just a functional countertop to bake cookies and whatever you need there. So that was a huge win. And then over here, something that we were able to add to this kitchen to give it that extra wow factor is this built-in custom pot filler. Now, I don't know if you're like me, but are you kidding me? That's so fantastic. I don't have to come all the way over here to fill up a big pot to boil or whatever. I can just turn this bad boy on. So I can see that there's been people playing with it because there's little water spots, because it does just turn right on. We're like, what is this, right? So I did put on the listing that it's a custom pot filler, but people just have no idea. So I do love that that turned out as good as it did. We've never done that in a house, and I'm so jealous. Actually, I need one. All right, because I can't take credit for all of this amazing staging throughout this home, the link is in the description, Flippin' Cute Homes. Shelly is amazing. She's gonna take great care of you. Check it out below. Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely wonderful.
This is cool. This is such a cool little house. I mean, we saved this house from being demolished.
Oh yeah.
Right? And it was like 3 days away from being knocked down. And we stopped them and said, hey, wait a second, we can save this thing. It has a cool layout, it has a cool style. I love the vaulted ceiling in the master here. And the pine plank on the wall. And we also did a lot to make this master bedroom experience better.
So this master bathroom, to make it functional was hard because of the space, right? So the toilet's here, and then we could have done a built-in tub / shower, but that doesn't feel very luxury to me. So we definitely went with a high-end shower. This is a beautiful glass door. It's, it gives it that really high-end feel. I know we eliminated the bathtub, and that could have been a problem. But in fact, I think most people don't take baths anymore. I know that my bathtub, it just collects dust. So it's kind of a thing, it's a choice. And in this house, we just chose not to do it. So it turned out great. I think the homeowners are gonna really love it. So it's all good. So the second bathroom in this home, it turned out absolutely great. It's a little small, but super functional. It has the tub if they're dying to still take a bath, right? And I love that we went with this hexagon tile. It's so pretty. It's a beautiful stone, rich gray. Everything tied in fabulously. It's a win. Oh, turned out so cute. I want this for my little boy. If I could go back in time, this is totally how I would have done it.
This is cool.
So cute. I love the footprints on the walls.
And look at this desk. This desk, I love this. Like the built-in little light, and well done, Steve. Awesome.
Yeah. Because what do you do with this little nook, right? We could have just sheetrocked it in. No, this is a beautiful window. So obviously don't do that. But turn it into a space for them to work.
Yeah.
To do art projects and homework. So fun.
Cool. All right, so this is the third bedroom. We actually staged this as a nursery, but it can be used as really anything they want. An office, bedroom for the kids, and it turned out awesome. I mean, we didn't, there was wood paneling, that old wood paneling on the walls. This house was built in the 70s when that was popular. Not popular anymore, so we tore that down. We finished the sheetrock. We made it gorgeous, and it turned out awesome.
Yeah. Also, I feel like you're in an aquarium almost, right? Like, that's such a cool spot for this room. I probably would turn it into an office, truthfully. If I didn't have
such a cool view. And that's what I love about the whole house, is there's so many windows letting in that natural light, but also allowing you to enjoy the awesome landscaping that's in this yard. I mean, there's oak trees and scrub oak trees throughout the yard, ferns, plants. I mean, again, really looks like we're in the jungle here.
Oh yeah.
It's awesome. Look at this room. I mean, this is freaking cool. Every room in this house is like, oh, this is the coolest room in the house.
It's such a wow factor. Every time you're like, right? And it has so many levels. One of the best things about this house
is all of the amazing patio space. All right, so we've had this house on the market for 4 days. Maylee did an amazing job marketing it, and we've already accepted an offer.
In fact, it was the most incredible offer that we have ever seen in the history of us doing real estate. We got a $70,000 offer above asking, $30,000 non-refundable earnest money upon acceptance, which basically means if they back out for any reason, we get to keep that $30,000. That's incredible. It's a cash offer. We get to close in 1 week instead of the traditional 30 to 45 days. That's the best offer we've ever seen in the history of doing real estate. I can't get any better than that for a fix and flipper. So let's just take our money and cash that check and get on our way, right? And do the next deal. Why don't you go ahead and go over all the numbers?
Let's do it. We purchased this property for $190,000 and spent $261,500 on the renovation project. Holding costs came in around $19,500, and we used other people's money to do this deal. So this is essentially the interest paid back when we were done, as well as insurance, property tax, utilities, and other things. Closing and agent costs were about $48,000, and we sold it for $630,000 because of the awesome job Maylee did marketing this property. Our total profit on this deal is about $111,000. Maylee was also the agent on this deal, so we got to recoup some of those closing costs in the form of agent commissions, which is part of our overall strategy, but that's beyond the scope of this video.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so for sure this was probably my favorite flip we've ever done. I know I say that all the time, but for real, like this one was my favorite flip we've ever done. Part of it is because we were able to save and preserve the legacy of this home so that future generations can enjoy this beautiful house. I mean, it's just so beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we took a home that rightfully should have been knocked down, and we turned it into something that raised the value for the rest of the homes in the neighborhood, just made it a gem for the area, and we made money on it. Now, what did you guys think of the flip? What did you like about what we did? What would you have done differently? Let us know in the comments section below. We'd love to hear what you have to say. Now, that's all we have for you in this episode, so I hope you really enjoyed this content. If you did, please give the video a like. It really helps support the channel. And also, if you want to know when we drop future before and after fix and flip episodes, be sure that you hit the subscribe button and ring that bell so that you get notified from YouTube. Now, if you want to support the channel even further and you want to learn how to go out and fix and flip houses yourself, join us on our education channel and on our weekly Zoom call where we go over how to do just that. Links in the description below. That's all we have for you. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the flip side.